Hi there. My group did Act 5, Scene 8, in which Macduff kills Macbeth and Malcolm is crowned king. During the medieval ages, there are many different types of wars that occurred. And within those wars, there are many types of different armor that was worn by knights. In the article I researched, it informed me that Scottish troops wore chainmail armor and English troops wore iron plate armor. Generally, the iron plate armor was reinforced and had extra iron, so it protected it from arrow shots and sword slashes, while chainmail armor was more vulnerable to sword slashes and it could seep into your blood and potentially damage you. So in our act, we will be doing Macbeth wearing paper taped, so that will represent the chain armor, and then Macduff will be wearing the cardboard armor, which is more protective.
Hello there! In our protagonist's final scene, Macduff and Macbeth fight to the death. But why does Macbeth decide to fight Macduff? Why wouldn't he just run away and live the rest of his life? I did research on how the brain feels when the brain's power is threatened. In my research, I found that when the brain feels threatened, it is more inclined to make more selfish decisions. And in competitive environments, it's even more inclined to make selfish decisions. So Macbeth was not only making a selfish decision by fighting Macduff, so he wouldn't bow down to Malcolm, but he was also inclined even more because it was a competitive environment. We will be using this information in our play to make Macbeth seem as selfish as possible and nervous to this reaction.
Hi, did you know most of the sword fighting you see on TV is not actually an accurate representation of medieval sword fighting? There's a lot to understand in sword fighting between Macduff and Macbeth.
For example, you don't just wildly slash your weapon at your opponent. Instead, you strategically offset them in order to overtake the opponent. Then, during the opponent's attack, they use a defensive strategy in order to make sure they don't get hit. Also, instead of blocking, you should be aggressive and take initiative.
In our video, we will create a representation of medieval sword fighting, and we can add offensive and defensive sword fighting techniques they would have used back then, even though in the book it is not described. I'll connect the video back to the fight between Macduff and Macbeth and the techniques they would have used in a sword fight.
Oh, what's up guys? I've learned a lot about medieval war tactics. Quite a lot. And by learning about medieval war tactics, we can apply it to our performance video to make it more realistic, just like the medieval ages. Oh, what's up, Sam?
What's up, Kenneth? I heard you talking back there. What's up?
I was talking about medieval war tactics. What are you up to?
I've researched that a little too, kind of how it's a technique that's branched off to its own art and craft based on its location, and just how it just like changed over time.
Yeah. Well, how has it changed over time?
Well, basically, like, you know, evolution of technology and weapons, kind of like how they based off like cavalry's in the front, archers in the back, kind of also increased their chance of winning.
Yeah, and by increasing their chance of winning by placing the cavalry in the front, archers in the back, we can apply it to our video, just like when Macduff and Macbeth fight. In the background, we could have like a medieval battlefield of cavalry in the front, archers in the back, and make it more realistic. And by doing that, we could leave an impact on our video.
Okay.
Good.
My name is Nico, and I'm playing young Seward in my performance. I will die in a duel with Macbeth at the very beginning of our performance, and I will make my death very dramatic.
My name's Tanner, and I will be playing Seward.
And my name's Dylan, and I'll be playing Ross, and I'll talk to Malcolm in the play.
We both have dialogue with Malcolm.
My name is Garrett, and I'm going to be playing Malcolm. I get crowned king after Macbeth's tragic death, and once I'm crowned king, I give all the Thanes the name of Earl to show my respect towards the English.
My name is Samuel. I'll be playing as Macduff. As I slain Macbeth, I will show my hatred towards him as he has killed my family. Once he is slain, I will show my happiness.
My name is Kenneth, and I'll be playing as Macbeth in the play Macbeth. And I'm gonna portray this character as one with high ambition, in which I will be very selfish in my fighting, as I know I will die to Macduff, so I'll make my death very tragic with high ambitions. Who is thou?
Thou is young Seaward.
Back down before thou dies.
Nay, thou shalt fight to one's death.
Then thou shalt die with high honor. Thou'st not born of woman. Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword, when, while I still see lives, the gashes do better upon them?
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all else men, I have avoided thee, but get thee back, for my soul is charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloody dog.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot, told him 12 swat, busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box, had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole field, I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals, we been trapping like the A.
Thou loses labor as easy as mayst thou the entrenchant air with thy keen sword, and press as make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crest. I bear a charmed life which must not yield.
To spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped.
Accursed be that tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of the man, that palter with us in a double sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear, and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time we'll have thee, as our rarer monsters are, painted on a pole and underwood. Here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rattle's curse, through Burnham would be come to Dunsinane, and thou oppose, being of no woman born, yet I would try the last. Before my body, I throw my warlike shield, lay on Macduff, and damn be him that Macduff be to say, hold enough.
I would the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived but till he was a man, the which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead?
A, and brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it has no end.
Had he his hurts before?
A, on the front.
Why then, God's soldier be he? Had I had so many sons, I have heirs. I would not wish for the fairer death, and so he nail is null.
He's worth more sorrow, and that'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They said he parted well, and paid his score, and so God be with him. Here comes a new comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutation in their minds. Whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland.
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with our several loves, and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, which would be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands took off her life. This and what needful else that calls upon us by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
All hail, King of Scotland! All hail, King of Scotland! All hail, King of Scotland!